All right, good evening, fifth graders. Tonight we're going to be reviewing for our Unit 4 test that's going to be taken on Wednesday. So let's take a look at this here tonight. Please press pause and work these things out with me, because tomorrow when you come to class, you're going to be getting the Unit 4 review test, and then you'll be able to work on that as well as I'm walking around and helping you out. So let's take a look at these problems here today. Right here is the friendly parts. Once again, you're not going to have to do anything with friendly parts. I just want you to divide, okay? So we're going to be going 42 divided by 3 equals. You're not doing anything with friendly parts on this test, but you are dividing. So on some scratch paper, you're going 42 divided by 3 equals. 3 goes into 4 one time. 3 times 1 is 3. Subtract, got a 1. I'm going to bring down the 2. 3 goes into 12. How many times? 4. 3 times 4 is 12. I'm going to subtract. I have 0. I am all done. My answer is 14. Do another one down here. 105 divided by 5. 105 divided by 5. 5 goes into 1. 0 times. 5 times 0 is 0. Subtracting at a 1. I'm going to bring down the 0. 5 goes into 10 twice. 5 times 2 is 10. Subtract, I get a 0. I'm going to bring down the 5. 5 goes into 5 one time. 5 times 1 is 5. I'm going to subtract. I get a 0. I'm done with the problem. My answer is 21. Let's keep going. Doing some more long division. Once again, if I make a mistake, please come running into school tomorrow. Actually, don't run, but come into school tomorrow and tell me, Mr. Green, you made a mistake. I'm going to do my best not to make one. 5 goes into 1, 0 times. 5 times 0, 0. I'm going to subtract. I get a 1. I'm going to bring down the 3. 5 goes into 13 twice. 5 times 2 is 10. I'm going to subtract. I get a 3. Bringing down the 9. 5 times 8 is 40. That's way too high. 5 times 7 is 35. Get a 4 here. 4 is my remainder. Remainder 4. Try another problem out down here. 139 divided by 8. Put a 1. I had 3 right there. I'm sorry, kids. 139 divided by 8. Some more space. Here we go. 8 goes into 1. 0 times. 8 times 0 is 0. Subtract that a 1. Bring it down to 3. 8 times 2 is 16. That's way too big. So 8 times 1 is 8. Got an 8 here. I'm going to subtract. I get a 5. Bringing down the 9. 8 times 9 is 72. Too high. 8 times 8 is 64. Too high. 8 times 7 is 56. Get a 3. Remainder 3. 17. Remainder 3. Let's keep on going here. Make a magnitude estimate. Circle the appropriate, believe answer. Write a number model that shows how you estimated. Okay, let's take a look at this. 560 divided by 3. Now, I have to do this so I can do it mentally. So what am I going to change 560 to so I can divide it mentally by 3? Well, when I'm doing this, I'm going to change this number to 600. So how I estimated 600 divided by 3 equals 200. This is in the hundreds place. Let's do the next one. 7 and 842 thousandths divided by 6. I'm going to take this number right here. I'm going to change it into a 6. 6 divided by 6 is how I estimate it. That equals 1. So my answer is in the ones. Let's keep going. Find the value of x. Okay, we're going to be working more with this. We did this actually today in class. Let's kind of see here. X equals 20 minus 12. Well, 20 minus 12 is 8. So x equals 8. So this problem right here would be 8 squared. Keep in mind, kids, this is not 16. This does not mean 8 times 2. This means 8 times 8, which we all know is 64 is my answer. Looks down here. X equals days in a week. So that is 7 because there's 7 days in a week. So this is 42 divided by 7 equals, what number times 7 equals 42? That number is 6. 6 is the answer here. 1/3 of 15. So if I take 15 and divide it by 3, I get 5. So x equals 5. So 17 plus 5 equals 22. 22 is my answer. Common mistake I see on the test when kids are doing these problems, right away they see x equals 8 and they want to put 8 for that answer right away. They see x equals 7, so they want to put 7 for that answer right away. And down here they'll want to put 5 for an answer. That is incorrect. Please find out what x is and then put it into the problem. Let's keep going. Write an open number sentence so you can solve the story below. Then solve the number story. 5 people hired a DJ for a party. The DJ costs 175 bucks. Got 5 people. People split the cost evenly. How much did each person contribute? So how much did each person pay? So my number sentence, I'm going to take 175 bucks, divide it by 5, have it equal a number. Okay? So what does that equal? I need to work this out. 175. Once again, write this on your paper, press pause, then watch me figure it out. 5 goes into 1, 0 times 5 times 0 is 0. Subtract, got a 1, got a 7. 5 goes into 17 3 times. 5 times 3 is 15. I'm going to subtract, got a 5. 5 goes into 25 5 times. 5 times 5 is 25. 0. So my answer is 35. My solution is $35 is what each one has to contribute. Now, if there was a remainder down there, I would have to keep on going with zeros, not a remainder because we're dealing with money, right, kids? Let's keep on going here. We're dividing. 136 divided by 4. 136 divided by 4. 4 goes into 1, 0 times. 4 times 0 is 0. I'm going to subtract. Get 1, bringing down the 3. 4 times 4 is 16, so I have to go 4 times 3 is 12. I'm going to subtract, get a 1, bringing down the 16. Or bringing down the 6, I apologize. 4 goes into 16 4 times. 4 times 4 is 16. Subtract to get a 0. Means my answer is 34 with no remainder. 256. 8 times what number equals 256? That means we have to divide, kids. 256 divided by 8 will give us that number. My blue, 8 goes into 2, 0 times. 8 times 0, 0. Subtract, bring down the 5. Do you notice I always bring down the number with an arrow? Please do that in your practice. 8 goes into 25. 8 times 3 is the closest. It's made of 24. 1, bring down the 6. Looks like 8 goes into 16 evenly. Goes in there twice. You get 16 because 8 times 2 is 16. I have a 0. My answer is 32. Actually, I'm going to kind of back this up. 822 divided by 12. 822 divided by 12. 12 goes in 8, 0 times. 12 times 0 is 0. Got an 8 here, got a 2. Now, how many times does 12 go into 82? Let's check some work here on the side. 12 times 8 equals, that's going to be way too high. The reason I know that's going to be way too high is because 8 times 10, kids, is 80. Let's go 12 times 7. Let's see what we get here. 14. 7 times 1 is 7, plus 1 is 84. That's too high. So it's 12 times 6. I know that. We got to figure out what that is, though. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 1 is 72. We've got a 6 here. So we have a 72 here. I'm going to subtract. It's a 10. Bringing down the 2. We can get closer than 84 here. So let's go 12 times 9. Let's see what that equals. So we have 9 times 2 is 18. 108. It's too high. So we have to know it's 12 times 8. I know, kids, long division can be a lot of work. 8 times 2 is 16. 8 times 1 is 8, plus 1 is 96. So we're going to put an 8 here. I'm going to make this 96. Go ahead and subtract. Our answer is 6. This is a remainder 6. Okay. I'm going to erase this so I have room to do the other problem. We have 1760 divided by 32. How many times can 32 go into 1? 0 times. The 0, subtract 1, bringing down the 7. How many times can 32 go into 17? 0. 0, I'm going to subtract 1, 7, bring down the 6. I know 32 can go into 176. I'm just not sure how many times. 32 times 5. Let's go. Now I just guessed 5, so let's see how close we got. 10. 3 times 5 is 15, plus 1 is 160. We can get closer. 32 times 6. 12, 18, 19. Never mind, we can't get any closer. Right here is where we're at. So we're going to have to use the 5. 32 times 5 equals 160. I'm going to go ahead and subtract. I get a 6. 16. Bring down the 0. This is convenient. Right here, 160. So it's a 5 again. 32 times 5 is 160, so we don't have a remainder. Problem's over. Answer is 55. I didn't write my last answer down. I did show my work, so you can rewind to find the answer to this problem. Okay, let's keep on going. Now we're working a little bit with decimals. First of all, let's find a magnitude estimate. So I have 775.8. I'm dividing with 4. I'm going to round 75.8 to 80 divided by 4. I know that equals 20, so I know my magnitude estimate, I'm in the tens. Let's try and solve this problem now and see if I get close to 20. That's how you do these problems. Whatever you do, do not forget to actually circle the magnitude estimate bar. Okay. Now let's take a look. 4 goes into 7 one time. 4 times 1 is 4. Subtracted a 3, bringing down the 5. 4 times 8 is 32. I'm going to subtract, bringing down the 8. See this decimal here? I'm just going to move that decimal up. 4 goes into 38 9 times. 4 times 9 is 36. Subtract. I have a decimal here, so I can't put a remainder. So I have to make a 0, and I have to bring it down. First one of the video where we have to do this. 4 goes into 20 5 times. 4 times 5 is 20. I'm going to subtract. I get a 0. My answer is 18 and 95 hundredths, which is extremely close to 20. So I did this correct. So when you have to do this for an assignment or even on the test on Wednesday or whenever we have the test, you're going to be noticing that you're going to be seeing if it's 18 or 19 close to 20. It is. And I marked it here. So there's actually 3 parts to this problem. Let's do the problem down here on the bottom. I have to make some work. Okay. Extend this out. I'm going to estimate this one out. Okay. 12 goes into 3.75. So this one's a little trickier, kids. You're going to have to be doing some division. We've seen something just like this one on our homework. This is what I want you to try and solve. So what are we going to have to round? 3.72. Let's round this to 4. So it's going to be 4 divided by 12 equals what? Now, a lot of you right away are going to say the number's 3. But you have to keep this in mind. If you have 4 friends, for example, or if you have 4 pies at a party, okay, and you're dividing it by 12, your answer, you're actually going to have to split them all into little pieces because basically, I'll explain here. So you have 4 pies here. You have to split them so 12 people can get in there. So basically, you're going to be splitting them so it looks like this. Hopefully this helps explain it a little bit. 12 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. See how that works, kids? So I have 12 pieces of pie, or 4 pieces of pie. 12 friends coming over. So each friend actually gets basically about a third of the pie. And a third written as a decimal is 0.33. It's actually continuous. It's going to go on forever that way. So that's what your rounded answer is. Does that make sense? You kind of saw things before where you're like 5 divided or 4 divided by 100. Okay, you're going to get a very small decimal number. So let's take a look here. Let's actually divide and see if we get an answer close to 0.33. Obviously, our estimate answer is here. Let's take a look here. 12 goes into 3 how many times? 12 goes into 3 0 times. Our decimal is going to be right there because I'm moving the decimal straight up. Decimal's here. 12 goes into 3 0 times. I have a 0. Got a 3 coming down. Here's my 7. 12 goes into 37 3 times because I know 3 times 12 is 36. Go ahead and subtract. Got a 1. Bring it down to 15. 12 goes into 15 1 time. 12 times 1 is 12. I have a 3. Bring it down to 0. 12 goes into 30 twice. 12 times 2 is 24. Have a 6. Bringing down the 0. How close can 12 go into 60? 12 times 5 equals 60. 60, subtract, I got a 0. So if I round these to the nearest hundredth, do you see how this answer is very, nearest hundredth would be 0.31, 0.33. That's even closer than what we have up here. Okay. That's why I want you to do magnitude estimates, because right away I think a lot of you would have put 3 for this answer. 12 divided by 3 equals 3, but 4 divided by 12 equals 0.33. Okay. Hopefully this helped. I'm sorry, kids, the video got a little longer than that 11-minute mark, but you'll notice that tomorrow in class, when you come in getting ready for a review, these review problems will be just like the new problems you're going to be getting in class, and they'll be much easier. Okay. Hopefully this made sense tonight. Obviously rewind, fast forward through parts you already know, rewind and watch the parts that you need some extra help on. Hopefully this helps. Look forward to seeing you in class tomorrow.